Under the night sky, there was a burning village. There were creatures preying on humans. They killed those who tried to escape. One of the creatures noticed and approached a mother and her daughter. The daughter was very scared of the creature. Elsewhere, there was a boy who looked worried. Both children grew up and now stood in the same place. The boy kissed the girl's hand. They both worked together to achieve their respective dreams. In a room, several women sat in a circle at a table. They were holding a state meeting. There was a senior high school named Kaminoj. In the school, 3 male students were cleaning a classroom. They were annoyed because they had to clean the room. The boy in a suit was named Yuki Wakura. The other 2 boys were impressed that Yuki had cleaned the room. Suddenly, voices of female students were heard from the schoolyard. Yuki and his friends were upset because the girls could do as they pleased. As males, they felt unappreciated as they didn't receive blessings from Peaches. Suddenly, another male student came and asked Yuki to fix his button. Yuki took out his sewing kit and immediately fixed the button. The boy thanked him and left. One of his friends praised Yuki's skills. It turned out Yuki had many skills because he trained under his elder sister's guidance. He would be punished if he couldn't do something. Both of Yuki's friends felt relieved, but they became worried upon hearing about Yuki's sister. Yuki had just come out from a job fair. He intended to find work after graduating from senior high school. He saw 2 young children and thought about the life he would lead when working. Suddenly, mist surrounded him and quickly expanded. Yuki couldn't see and remembered something. Strong winds came and dispersed the mist. Yuki realized he was in the Devil's City. He took a guidebook explaining about the Devil's City. The city appeared in various parts of Japan and served as a connection between dimensions. Things in the city were called Devil City disasters. If someone got lost in the city, they had to wait for help from the Devil's Defense Corps. Suddenly, a creature appeared behind Yuki. The creature immediately attacked Yuki. Yuki tried to stand and run. Unfortunately, there was a dead end ahead. Yuki could only tremble in fear as the creature approached with its companions. He threw a stone, but the creature charged towards him. Yuki was terrified. Suddenly, a green-eyed creature came and punched the creature about to charge at him. Yuki was surprised as a woman rode the creature. She felt pity for Yuki. Then she took out her sword. She intended to strike down all the underworld demons in the city. The demons rushed towards the woman. She controlled her demon to hold off one of them. Then, she jumped and slashed one demon. She also cut down the other demons. She spun around and slashed another demon. It turned out her controlled demon was defeated by the other demons. She defeated those demons and then approached Yuki. The woman was the leader of Squad 7 of the Devil's Defense Corps, and her name was Yuzin Kyuka. She told Yuki to stay behind her as more demons were coming. Kyuka sheathed her sword and stepped on the head of a dead demon. A chain appeared around the demon's neck, which Kyuka used to control it. Yuki quickly climbed onto the demon. Yuki held onto Kyuka's stomach as the demon suddenly moved. Yuki apologized, but Kyuka told him to be quiet. Yuki was surprised as the demons had caught up with them so quickly. Suddenly, the demons were obliterated by shots from someone inside a car. The 3 women in the car were named Azuma Himari, Okawamura Ne, and Suruga Shushu. They couldn't find any other survivors, so Kyuka told them to expand the search area. Ne used her power and saw a horde of demons coming from both directions. Kyuka instructed the 3 of them to handle the demons. Suddenly, Himari spoke and told Yuki to obey Kyuka's orders. Kyuka turned, and then Himari stopped the car. She transformed her hand into a Gatling gun and shot at the demons. Suddenly, Shushu transformed into a giant. She stomped her foot, causing an explosion in the area. Yuki never expected to meet women from the Devil's Defense Corps. The demons were easily defeated. He had not anticipated the power of the Devil's Defense Corps. All the demons were defeated. Himari asked about a boy they had found. She thanked Ne for locating the boy with her power. Shushu returned to normal and felt exhausted due to her stamina. Ne was worried about Kyuka. Himari intended to move on to the next location. The 3 of them were discussing their leader when suddenly the boy woke up. The boy asked about his sister. Yuki spoke to Kyuka. Then, Kyuka told him the 3 rules when lost in the Devil's City. She explained the first 2 rules to Yuki. As for the 3rd rule, it told Yuki not to talk too much. Suddenly, Kyuka stopped, startling Yuki. Yuki saw a little girl he had previously encountered on the street. They both hurriedly moved. The girl stumbled, but Kyuka managed to save her. Since the demon she controlled was too slow, she discarded it. She grabbed her sword and slashed the approaching demons. A demon almost attacked the girl. Yuki tried to protect her, but Kyuka came and cut down the demon. She pulled out a paper and pierced it with her sword. It turned out Kyuka had set up a barrier to hold off the demons. Kyuka was concerned that there were survivors who could be a burden. She also regretted that her power from the peach fruit was not very strong. Even though others talked about it, she did not want to give up becoming the commander of the Squad Corps. Suddenly, she thought of using her power on Yuki. She approached and asked Yuki's name. She asked for Yuki's help to get out of that place. Yuki agreed to help Kyuka. It turned out Yuki would become Kyuka's slave from now on. Kyuka told the girl to stay away from Yuki. Kyuka held the confused Yuki. She told Yuki to keep his word. Nei and the others managed to find Kyuka, but they were surprised to see Kyuka standing over Yuki. Kyuka reached out her hand to Yuki. Yuki was confused, and he didn't expect to be licking a woman's finger. Yuki licked Kyuka's finger, and then a chain appeared around his neck. After that, his body emitted a dazzling light. His hands, legs, and entire body transformed into that of a demon. Yuki would become a slave because of the eternal chain that bound him. Kyuka and everyone else were shocked to see Yuki transformed into Kyuka's slave. Kyuka swung her hand, easily splitting the stomach of one demon. Her scream created a quite substantial storm. Kyuka did not expect Yuki's power. Then she took the little girl and immediately rode on Yuki. Yuki became energized and punched a hole in the stomach of one demon using his hand. He ran and struck all the demons in that place. Kyuka directed Yuki to move in a different direction. She was impressed because Yuki could respond to her commands quite quickly. Kyuka handed over the girl she had saved. The girl immediately hugged her younger sister. Suddenly, the demons merged and united into a larger form. Kyuka instructed her 3 subordinates to guard the 2 children. She ordered Yuki to attack the merged and enlarged demons. Yuki jumped, and he destroyed the large rock lifted by the demon. Kyuka used her sword, and she finally decapitated the demon. The attack also caused the demon to explode. Shushu was startled, while Himari was curious about Yuki. Kyuka looked at Yuki, and she finally removed the chain around his neck. Yuki reverted to his original form, and he was exhausted. Himari and the others approached Kyuka. Kyuka told Himari and the others to leave immediately. Kyuka admired Yuki's strength. Thus, she asked Yuki to become her slave. She approached Yuki and then kissed him. Kyuka informed him of her ability that required her slaves to give something in return. Yuki was surprised by this. Kyuka offered another reward to Yuki. Yuki tried to refuse and accidentally dropped Kyuka's hat. He saw Kyuka's saddened face. Previously, Kyuka only needed to provide pork to the demon she controlled. Now, her body moved on its own because she needed to give a reward to Yuki. She kissed and pushed Yuki's body. Yuki was surprised, while Kyuka seemed to enjoy the kiss very much. Nei was reporting about the 2 children who had been saved. Kyuka took her hat, while Yuki was still shocked by the events. Kyuka spoke, expressing her desire for the demons not to appear in the real world. She intended to kill all those demons with her power. Thus, she wanted to utilize Yuki and make him the next commander. Yuki had no abilities other than cleaning things. However, it turned out that Kyuka didn't mind. She was also pleased that Yuki had previously tried to save the girl. Yuki felt anxious but wanted to become a hero in that world. Kyuka was surprised by his determination. Yuki pondered the dull life that awaited him. Thus, he chose to eradicate demons and avenge his sister. He could also receive rewards upon defeating these demons. Yuki stood in front of the Demon Defense Corps dormitory belonging to Squad 7. Hyoka said that there was a powerful guardian in the dormitory. She entered and easily passed through the guardian. Yuki understood Kyoka's words, and he also went inside. He was eager to become a member of the Demon Defense Corps. Hyoka opened the door, and 3 members of Squad 7 welcomed him. The 3 of them were puzzled because Kyoka came with Yuki. Hyoka introduced Yuki, who would be an assistant in the dormitory. Everyone was surprised by Kyoka's words. Hyoka made Yuki an assistant when Yuki was not her slave. Shushu felt happy because she rarely met men. Nae was delighted because she would have a junior. Meanwhile, Himari was shocked to have a male assistant. Squad 7 did not yet have an assistant, so Kyoka felt that the job would be suitable for Yuki. Yuki tried to refuse. Unfortunately, he could not become a member of the squad because he was a male. Kyoka welcomed Yuki's arrival. Himari seemed to agree. However, she threw her trash at Yuki. Nae and Shushu also immediately asked for Yuki's help. Nae gave advice because she was Yuki's senior. Yuki asked, and it turned out that Nae was only 11 years old. Himari scolded Yuki for feeling disappointed. Then, Kyoka and the others welcomed Yuki warmly. Yuki, who had previously felt disappointed, became relieved because of this.